What if 3i Atlas isn't just passing through, but deliberately heading toward Earth? The anomalies in its composition and behaviour are too strange to ignore, and the timing couldn't be more critical. Could this object hold the key to a breakthrough, or a threat too great for us to comprehend? The truth might be closer than we think. Before we delve deeper into the mystery of 3i Atlas, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because you won't want to miss what comes next as this interstellar visitor gets closer. How do you think it will impact humanity? Leave a comment with your theories. In 2025, the cosmos gave us an unexpected gift: 3i Atlas, a mysterious interstellar object that entered our solar system, sparking waves of intrigue and questions across the scientific community. At first glance, it seemed like just another comet or asteroid, a passing visitor from the distant stars that would make its way through the solar system and disappear into the void. Yet, as the weeks turned into months, something became increasingly clear. 3c Atlas was no ordinary space rock. Initially, experts expected the object to follow the predictable path of past interstellar visitors like Oumuamua and 2i Borisov. Those objects, though strange, did not provoke the kind of global excitement that 3i Atlas has. The typical interstellar object is small, dim, and most importantly, fleeting. A brief visit, a passing glance, and then gone, with nothing more than a few data points for scientists to analyse. But 3i Atlas is different. Its size, trajectory, and behaviour have raised more questions than answers. Early observations suggested it was far larger than anything we had seen before. If it were a comet, its size and reflectivity didn't fit the profile of typical visitors. If it were an asteroid, it was moving too fast and its orbit seemed engineered, not random. Something didn't add up. For months, astronomers and space agencies across the globe have scrambled to understand just what 3i Atlas is. The object has made its approach, its trajectory aligning with the ecliptic plane of our solar system in a way that seems too precise to be by chance. This alignment is a rarity among interstellar objects, which typically approach from random angles without regard for the plane that our planets occupy. The odds of a random interstellar object aligning with our solar plane so closely are virtually non-existent, and yet, here we are, staring at a potentially deliberate path. Some have even wondered, could 3i Atlas be an intentional visitor, an object sent with purpose, its trajectory engineered for some undisclosed goal? As the object grew closer, the data became even more puzzling. The usual cometary features, like a bright tail formed by the sublimation of ice, were absent. Instead, astronomers noticed something strange, a faint glow, but it wasn't the type of glow seen in a typical comet's tail. This greenish hue sparked speculation. Could this be an indication of advanced technology? Some scientists proposed that the glow might not even be from the object itself, but from some form of electromagnetic activity around it, possibly a signal. Others began to entertain more radical ideas. What if this wasn't a comet at all? What if 3i Atlas wasn't just a rock travelling through the cosmos, but something much more complex? The anomaly deepened when reports started to emerge about its outgassing behaviour. While comets are known for emitting gas as they approach the Sun, 3i Atlas appeared to be outgassing in a way that didn't align with the laws of physics that govern typical cometary behaviour. Instead of the normal slow release of gases as it heated up, 3i Atlas's outgassing was abrupt, erratic, and highly controlled. Some reports suggested that the object might be using this process as a form of propulsion. If that's the case, what does that mean? Could we be looking at an object that is not just a piece of space debris but a spacecraft? And if it is a spacecraft, who or what sent it? As the object continued its journey, the theories grew wilder. Could 3i Atlas be a message in a bottle, sent from an ancient civilization across the vastness of space? The chemical composition of the object was like nothing ever seen before, with ratios of carbon and oxygen that suggested engineering far beyond anything we are capable of. Even more troubling, the object's course had been altered in ways that suggested it wasn't just drifting aimlessly through space, but was instead navigating toward Earth and Mars with eerie precision. The approaching flyby of Mars on October 3, 2025, marked a key moment in the object's journey, and it only heightened the sense of urgency. NASA and other space agencies had positioned their instruments in perfect alignment to capture detailed images of 3I Atlas as it passed close to the red planet. But as the critical moment arrived, something unexpected happened. A profound silence. There were no images, no new data releases from the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, no analysis from ESA's Mars Express. Only amateur astronomers with their own equipment seemed to be able to capture even the faintest glimpse of the object, creating a sense of unease among the public. This silence only fueled the theories. What were the space agencies seeing that they weren't sharing? Why wasn't the scientific community racing to capture every detail of this unprecedented event? Why, in the midst of one of the most significant moments in modern astronomy, did the official channels remain eerily quiet? The lack of transparency raised more questions than the object itself. Now, as 3 Atlas prepares for its closest approach to Mars and then to Earth, experts are bracing for what could be the most controversial and significant moment in the history of interstellar exploration. The excitement and anxiety around the object's true nature are palpable, with each new report adding layers of complexity to an already unfathomable mystery. Is 3 Atlas an advanced spacecraft, a message from a far-off civilization, or just a freak cosmic occurrence? One thing is certain, its return has changed everything we thought we knew about the cosmos, and the world is watching with bated breath for the answers that await us. The return of 3I Atlas is not just another celestial event, it's the beginning of a new chapter in humanity's understanding of our place in the universe. In the summer of 2025, astronomers were caught off guard when they discovered a peculiar object racing through our solar system. At first, it was just another interstellar visitor, one of many objects that had crossed into our cosmic neighbourhood. This one, however, had the scientific community abuzz, and it didn't take long for the object to earn the name 3I Atlas, referencing its interstellar origins and the observatory that first detected it. The excitement was palpable, as interstellar objects were rare enough to be considered cosmic phenomena worthy of intense scrutiny. But as the weeks passed, it became clear that 3I Atlas was no ordinary rock. When first identified, 3I Atlas appeared to be a standard interstellar object. Early observations revealed that it was travelling at an extremely high velocity, entering our solar system from a direction deep in space. Its trajectory seemed almost like a straight line, unaffected by the gravitational pull of nearby stars or planets, as though it were an interstellar bullet passing through our cosmic neighbourhood. Comets and asteroids from deep space were nothing new. In fact, we had seen a few, like Oumuamua in 2017 and 2I Borisov in 2019, but nothing of the scale and intensity of 3I Atlas. It seemed to be another ordinary visitor, one that had been in flight for eons, free from the gravitational constraints that typically define celestial bodies within our solar system. However, the initial excitement over this discovery quickly turned to questions as the object's peculiarities became more pronounced. 3. Atlas was much larger than expected. Based on its initial brightness, scientists estimated that it was far bigger than any comet or asteroid we had observed in the past. A comet of this size would typically be easy to spot with telescopes, but 3I Atlas was much more visible than scientists anticipated, far brighter than it should have been given its distance from the Sun. Early models predicted that the object could be up to 20 kilometers across, much larger than the typical interstellar comet, which was usually only a few hundred meters in diameter. The idea that such a large object was careening through space in the same manner as smaller, ordinary comets began to raise serious questions. How could a comet this size be so easily visible in the outer reaches of the solar system, long before it would begin to heat up from the Sun's radiation? More puzzling was its behaviour as it neared the inner solar system. Comets are known to grow brighter as they approach the Sun, with their icy cores sublimating and forming tails of gas and dust. But 3I Atlas wasn't following this well-known pattern. Its outgassing behaviour was erratic, with bursts of gas appearing and disappearing without any consistent, predictable pattern. Astronomers noticed that the object didn't behave like a typical comet. It was releasing gas at a rate that was higher than expected, especially considering its distance from the Sun. But it wasn't the gas alone that was raising eyebrows. The way the object emitted light seemed unnatural, as if something else was at play. Was it simply reflecting sunlight, or was 3i Atlas generating light on its own? The greenish glow observed around the object only added to the mystery, sparking a wave of theories ranging from the plausible to the outlandish. Despite these anomalies, scientists continued to study 3i Atlas as a natural object, perhaps just another comet from a distant part of the galaxy. But the object's trajectory began to add fuel to a new theory. Most interstellar objects that pass through our solar system are on a one-time flight, their paths determined by the random gravitational encounters they experience in deep space. But 3 Atlas's trajectory was too precise. It seemed to be aligned with the plane of our solar system, something no other interstellar object had done before. The object was travelling on a path that allowed it to pass extremely close to Mars, and soon, Earth, an alignment that seemed almost too perfect. The odds of an interstellar object arriving at such a precise angle, passing so closely to 2 of our planets, were astronomical. Was this a random alignment, or was there something more purposeful about its journey? As further observations and analyses came in, a disturbing realization began to settle in. 3 Atlas didn't appear to be following any of the expected patterns. Its size, its behavior, and its trajectory all suggested that this was no ordinary space rock. The more scientists looked, the more they were forced to confront an uncomfortable truth. Was 3i Atlas truly a comet, or was it something far more sophisticated, something that might be under intelligent control? The possibility that this object could be something other than a natural phenomenon became impossible to ignore. Its erratic behavior, combined with its seemingly purposeful trajectory, led some to ask, could 3i Atlas be an artifact from an advanced civilization, or even a probe sent from beyond our solar system? The more we learned about 3i Atlas, the less we could explain, and as its closest approach draws near, the questions only grow more pressing. Was it a strange cosmic anomaly, or is there something far more intentional behind its presence? One of the most perplexing and controversial aspects of 3i Atlas is its trajectory. While most interstellar objects that venture into our solar system follow random, unpredictable paths, 3 Atlas's course appears to be anything but random. The object's trajectory has defied all expectations, as it follows a path that is eerily aligned with the ecliptic plane of our solar system, the flat disk-like region where the planets orbit the Sun. This alignment is striking, especially when compared to the erratic orbits of other interstellar visitors. The odds of an object from deep space, travelling across the vastness of the galaxy, arriving with such precision are astronomically slim, and yet, here we are, observing a trajectory that suggests something far more deliberate than mere chance. For years, scientists have observed interstellar objects as they pass through our solar system. Objects like Oumuamua and 2i Borisov, while fascinating, followed expected random paths that made sense from an astronomical perspective. They didn't display any behavior that hinted at intelligence or purposeful navigation. 3 Atlas, on the other hand, is a different beast entirely. Its approach seems carefully calculated, as though it was directed toward our solar system with a specific goal in mind. Unlike its predecessors, which came from random directions, 3i Atlas is following a path that is nearly in line with the Sun's equator, making a close pass to both Mars and Earth. This alignment is unusual, to say the least. The chances of a random interstellar object crossing the plane of our solar system with such accuracy are so low that some experts have raised the possibility that this object is not travelling on its own accord, but has been guided. If 3i Atlas's path is not a coincidence, the next question becomes even more pressing. Who or what is guiding it? Could this object be under intelligent control? The idea that an interstellar object could be deliberately steered through space raises fundamental questions about the capabilities of whoever or whatever might be responsible for its trajectory. The precision with which 3i Atlas is travelling suggests an extraordinary level of control, the kind of technology we can only dream of at present. It's one thing to observe an object that simply happens to pass through our solar system, but it's another to see an object that seems to be following an intentionally crafted course. This kind of control, if real, would suggest an advanced civilization, far beyond our current technological reach, capable of manipulating interstellar objects as easily as we might direct a spacecraft. What's more, the timing of 3i Atlas's approach seems almost too perfect to be a coincidence. It arrives at a time when humanity is on the brink of major advancements in space exploration and technology. As we prepare to push the boundaries of our solar system and begin the first stages of colonizing Mars, an object from deep space, aligned with the planetary plane and passing by Mars at just the right moment, seems like more than just a random event. Some experts have argued that 3i Atlas's trajectory could be a signal, an invitation, or even a test of our readiness for something greater. The fact that it is arriving now at this moment in history is something that cannot be easily dismissed. Could this be a coincidence, or is there a greater purpose behind its arrival? The alignment of 3i Atlas with our solar system's ecliptic plane has added a new layer of complexity to the mystery. The chances of an interstellar object coming so close to our planets and aligning with the Sun's plane are so small that they seem almost impossible. Yet, there it is, on a course that brings it to a near-perfect alignment with Mars and Earth. What makes this even more bizarre is that its trajectory is not just a random straight line. It seems to have been calculated to maximize its proximity to key planets, especially Mars. Its path suggests that whoever or whatever sent it was not just aiming to pass by, but had a specific target in mind. Was this a coincidence, or was it part of a larger plan? If we accept the idea that 3i Atlas has been deliberately directed, then we must confront the unsettling question of why. Why is it coming here? Why now? What is its purpose? The fact that its trajectory is so perfectly aligned with the solar system's plane suggests that it could be part of a larger mission, one that we are only just beginning to understand. As the object draws nearer to Mars, the speculation continues to mount. Is it simply passing through? Or does it have a far more significant purpose? And if this trajectory is the result of some kind of intelligent control, then what does that say about the civilization, or intelligence, behind it? What are they trying to communicate, and why have they chosen this moment in time to make their move? In the coming months, as 3i Atlas draws closer to Mars and then to Earth, the answers to these questions may begin to take shape. Whether it's a carefully planned mission, a signal from an advanced civilization, or just an incredible cosmic coincidence, 3i Atlas's trajectory will likely remain one of the most debated and analysed aspects of this interstellar mystery. The precision with which it has arrived at our doorstep leaves us wondering if this is a random event or part of something far larger, a larger story that humanity has yet to fully comprehend. As 3i Atlas has made its way closer to the inner solar system, an eerie green glow has begun to envelop the object, sending ripples of curiosity through the scientific community. This glow, unlike anything seen in typical comet tales, has sparked immediate speculation. Unlike the usual dust and gas trails that comets leave behind as they approach the Sun, the green hue surrounding 3i Atlas is sharp, almost unnatural. It's not simply a bright reflection of sunlight, nor is it consistent with the patterns of outgassing that are typically observed with other interstellar bodies. For many, this glow has raised the possibility that 3i Atlas is far more than just a cosmic wanderer. It could be something sent deliberately, perhaps as a signal or beacon from an intelligent source. Comet tails typically glow with a bluish or whitish light, resulting from sunlight scattering off the dust and gas particles. As these particles heat up, they begin to sublimate, releasing water vapor, carbon dioxide and other gases, creating the familiar glowing coma and tail. But 3i Atlas's green glow doesn't follow this predictable pattern. The colour, first observed in early images of the object, has been unlike any other known cometary signature. Astronomers initially assumed it was just another irregularity caused by the object's unique composition. But as the glow persisted and intensified, the questions began to pile up. What was causing it? Could it be a chemical reaction, unlike anything we've seen before in a comet? Or, more provocatively, could this glow be a product of something far more advanced, something artificial? In fact, the timing of this phenomenon has only deepened the mystery. As 3i Atlas approaches the Sun, most celestial objects would naturally become brighter due to the sun's radiation, especially if they have an icy or volatile composition. But the green glow is showing up much earlier than it should. Normally, a comet would not display this level of brightness or outgassing until it reaches a much closer distance to the sun, where the heat would start to cause the icy core to sublimate. Yet 3 Atlas, still some distance away from the sun, is already glowing with intensity, and not in a way that fits the known rules of physics for comet behavior. The fact that the glow is occurring before the object is even near its closest point to the sun suggests that something other than natural processes may be at play. This has led some to theorize that the object could be harnessing some kind of internal power source, possibly the result of advanced technology. Could this green glow be a deliberate signal, a beacon of some sort? The question is impossible to ignore. The glow doesn't seem to be random, it's too precise, too consistent in its timing. It appears to be coming from the object itself, not from any material in the tail or the surrounding gas cloud. Some scientists have raised the possibility that this glow could be a form of communication, an attempt to send a signal to us, or perhaps to other civilizations in our cosmic neighborhood. The thought of 3I Atlas acting as a beacon for an advanced, unknown intelligence is a chilling one, but it's not outside the realm of possibility. After all, the object is already defying our understanding of interstellar objects. Why not its glow as well? As the green glow grows brighter and more intense, some have speculated that it could be a sign of advanced propulsion technology. If 3 Atlas is indeed under intelligent control, it could be using some form of energy or technology to power its journey through the solar system. The object's strange outgassing patterns, which have defied the normal expectations for cometary behavior, could be linked to this unknown technology. If the glow is not a natural phenomenon, then could it be the result of some form of energy output, much like a spacecraft emitting power to guide itself through space? Some scientists are beginning to entertain the idea that 3I Atlas might not be a comet or asteroid at all, but a kind of probe or craft, with the glow serving as one of its most enigmatic features. This theory has gained some traction in the scientific community, though it remains speculative. It's hard to ignore the implications of this green glow, especially when we consider the possibility that 3I Atlas's trajectory has been deliberately guided, as discussed in previous observations. If this object is actively maneuvering through space with an intelligence behind it, then the glow could be a form of signature technology, either a marker for its origin or an intentional method of signaling its presence. The fact that the object is passing through our solar system with such precision at a time when humanity is on the cusp of significant space exploration only adds weight to this theory. Could 3I Atlas be here to make contact, not just with our planet, but with humanity itself? As scientists continue to analyze 3I Atlas, they are shifting their focus beyond the realm of traditional astrophysics, pushing the boundaries of what we thought we knew about interstellar objects. The green glow may very well be the first of many clues that will point to a far more complex reality than we're prepared to accept. Whether it's a signal, an artifact of advanced technology, or just a strange cosmic anomaly, one thing is certain. The green glow of 3I Atlas has raised more questions than answers, and as it gets closer to Mars and Earth, the world will be watching, waiting for the truth to finally emerge. As scientists continue to study 3I Atlas, one of the most baffling discoveries has been the composition of its gaseous emissions. Early reports from telescopes and space probes analyzing the object's atmospheric signature have revealed a startling anomaly. The ratio of carbon dioxide to water ice is 8 times higher than what is typically seen in comets. This discovery has left experts scratching their heads. In the world of space exploration, certain chemical signatures are expected when studying interstellar objects, but what 3I Atlas is emitting doesn't fit into any known category. This strange chemical cocktail is so far outside the realm of natural cometary behavior that it suggests something far more deliberate, a design that is intentional, not random. Normally, when a comet or asteroid approaches the Sun, it begins to heat up, causing the volatile compounds within it, such as water ice, carbon dioxide and other gases, to sublimate. This sublimation process produces the familiar coma and tail of a comet, a bright cloud of gas and dust. The precise chemical composition of this outgassing can tell astronomers a lot about the object itself, its age, its composition, and even its origin. For typical comets, the ratio of carbon dioxide to water ice is fairly consistent. Water ice, being one of the most abundant compounds in the outer solar system, is usually the dominant feature in a comet's emissions. But with 3I Atlas, this rule has been completely upended. Instead of a healthy balance of water ice and carbon dioxide, there's an unusually high concentration of CO2, making up a disproportionate share of its outgassing. What does this mean? Could it simply be an odd quirk of this particular interstellar object? Or is it something far more profound, pointing to a purposefully engineered chemical composition? The high concentration of carbon dioxide is so out of place in a natural comet that some experts are beginning to consider the possibility that 3I Atlas's chemistry has been deliberately manipulated. Carbon dioxide is a potent greenhouse gas, capable of altering atmospheric conditions when introduced in large quantities. It's a critical element in discussions about planetary habitability and climate, which leads to an unsettling question. Could the carbon dioxide emissions be intentional? If 3I Atlas is an engineered object, could its purpose be linked to atmospheric alteration, either of Mars or Earth? The deliberate presence of such a high ratio of carbon dioxide is a red flag to some scientists. Could it be that the object was designed with a specific mission in mind, a mission that involves the manipulation of planetary atmospheres? While we're accustomed to thinking of comets as objects of frozen ice and dust, the idea that 3I Atlas might have been crafted to deliver a specific chemical payload is a possibility that can no longer be ignored. This wouldn't be the first time that humanity has considered the notion of intentionally altering a planet's atmosphere. The idea of terraforming, changing a planet's atmosphere to make it more hospitable for life, has long been a concept in science fiction, but recent developments in space exploration have begun to make it seem more plausible. If 3I Atlas is indeed an artificial object, the presence of carbon dioxide could be an indication that it has been designed to kickstart a planetary transformation, perhaps to make Mars more habitable. The implications of this theory are staggering. If 3I Atlas was intentionally engineered with the goal of atmospheric alteration, it would suggest a level of sophistication far beyond anything humanity has achieved. The idea that an interstellar object could carry the necessary chemical elements to transform a planet's atmosphere, particularly Mars, which has long been a target for potential human colonization, raises new questions about who or what might have created 3I Atlas and for what purpose. It would also suggest that the object is not simply a random visitor, but rather a probe or a messenger sent with a clear mission in mind. Could this carbon anomaly be evidence of a much larger plan, one that involves the manipulation of entire ecosystems? If 3I Atlas is capable of releasing such a potent cocktail of gases, could it be a key player in a long-term strategy to terraform a planet, making it more suitable for life, or perhaps for the eventual arrival of an advanced civilization? While the notion of terraforming may seem like a far-off dream, the evidence accumulating around 3I Atlas suggests that this object is far more than just a rock from another star system. The idea that its emissions could be the first step in a grander, more intricate plan makes its arrival all the more chilling. As experts continue to study the object's chemistry, the question remains, what is the purpose behind this particular mix of carbon dioxide and ice? Is it part of a larger strategy for planetary manipulation, or is it simply an unusual byproduct of an object that is not as natural as we once thought? The more we learn about 3I Atlas, the more it becomes clear that this is no ordinary interstellar visitor. Its unusual chemical composition is just one of many strange clues suggesting that it is not simply passing through our solar system by chance, but is instead here with a very specific purpose. What that purpose might be is still unclear, but one thing is certain. 3 Atlas is not the simple, fleeting object we once thought it was. Its chemical anomalies are only the beginning of the mystery that awaits us. As 3 Atlas continues its trek through our solar system, one of the most chilling and perplexing moments is fast approaching. Its closest pass by Mars on October 3, 2025. At a mere 29 million kilometers, this close encounter is nothing short of astonishing. While that distance may seem vast in the grand scheme of space, In cosmic terms, it's uncomfortably close, especially for an object of such mystery and intrigue. And this proximity has not gone unnoticed. Both NASA and private space agencies have been tracking 3 Atlas with heightened urgency, closely monitoring its trajectory as it inches closer to Mars. But the bigger question looms: why Mars? Why has 3I Atlas, an object from deep space, specifically targeted the red planet? To many, the timing and trajectory of 3I Atlas's approach are no mere coincidence. While it is true that celestial objects often pass close to various planets, the precision of 3 Atlas's path raises the possibility of something far more deliberate. Mars, with its harsh environment and ancient surface, has long captured the imagination of scientists and space enthusiasts alike. It is also the focal point of humanity's hopes for future colonization. But why would an object like 3I Atlas, if it is indeed purposeful in its flight, choose Mars as its target? Could it be that this object has a particular interest in the red planet, or is this simply a random occurrence? One theory gaining traction is that 3I Atlas's proximity to Mars could be part of a larger terraforming experiment. Over the years, scientists have speculated about the possibility of transforming Mars into a habitable world, a goal that could one day be within humanity's reach. If 3I Atlas is not a simple interstellar rock but rather an engineered object, its unusual chemical composition, particularly its high levels of carbon dioxide, might suggest that it has been sent to begin or aid in this transformation process. Carbon dioxide is a key player in the greenhouse effect, and its presence in such high concentrations could trigger significant changes in the Martian atmosphere. Could 3 Atlas be carrying out some kind of preemptive terraforming experiment, preparing Mars for future life or human settlement? If this is the case, the object's close flyby could be just the beginning of a much larger project. Another theory proposes that 3I Atlas's approach is part of an advanced observational mission. Mars has been a point of focus for space agencies for decades, and with private companies now entering the race for interplanetary colonization, the planet is poised to play a crucial role in humanity's future. But what if 3 Atlas's approach is not just a random encounter, but a preemptive mission to observe and analyze the planet's readiness for future habitation? Some experts suggest that 3I Atlas could be a sophisticated probe sent by an intelligence, either extraterrestrial or human, to gather critical data on Mars before any human attempt at colonization. Could this object be conducting surveys, measuring atmospheric conditions and analyzing the planet's surface, all while remaining undetected by our current instruments? If 3 Atlas is indeed an engineered object, its arrival at Mars could also signal something much more complex and ominous. The idea that an advanced intelligence might be monitoring or even preparing Mars for some future purpose is both intriguing and unsettling. If Mars is being studied, analysed, or even altered for a specific reason, then it could be part of a much larger, long-term plan that humanity is only beginning to understand. The sheer precision of the object's approach, aligned with the planetary plane and aimed directly at Mars, suggests that whatever its purpose, it's no accident. The possibility that 3I Atlas is not simply a wayward rock from the far reaches of space, but a carefully orchestrated mission to gather data or prepare the red planet for something far greater, cannot be dismissed. What is clear is that 3I Atlas's approach to Mars has not only captivated the attention of space agencies, but also fueled speculation on an unprecedented scale. The object's timing and trajectory have all but guaranteed that it will be one of the most closely watched events in space exploration. As 3I Atlas edges closer to Mars, the questions surrounding its purpose only multiply. Could it be the precursor to a human colonization effort, preparing the Martian environment for life? Is it an ancient signal, a probe, or even a deliberate act of cosmic engineering? Or is it just a coincidence? A passing object that happens to be in the right place at the right time? What happens next will be pivotal. As 3I Atlas makes its closest approach, the data it provides could offer answers, or it could leave us with more questions than ever before. What is certain, however, is that this close encounter with Mars is no ordinary event. Whether it's part of a larger plan or a cosmic coincidence, the truth about 3I Atlas's purpose is now within reach, and it promises to reshape our understanding of space and our place within it. As the scientific community races to unravel the mystery of Three-Eye Atlas, another far more unconventional development has begun to gain attention. Remote viewers, or psychics, claiming to have made contact with the object in ways that traditional science simply cannot explain. While astronomers and astrophysicists have been busy analysing the data and trying to piece together the physical characteristics of Three-Eye Atlas, these individuals, who claim to possess extrasensory abilities, assert that they have seen the object up close and have insights that go beyond the realm of conventional science. The idea of remote viewing is not new, and its practitioners have long claimed to access information hidden from the normal senses, often revealing details that were later verified through other means. However, the idea that psychics could perceive something as distant and as elusive as Three-Eye Atlas raises eyebrows. Some of the revelations reported by these remote viewers are so bizarre and contradictory that they are met with skepticism by most scientists. But as the object's mysteries deepen, it seems that even the most unlikely sources of information are being scrutinized. One of the most striking claims comes from several remote viewers who describe sensing intricate technological artifacts hidden within Three-Eye Atlas. These practitioners, who claim to have accessed the object's interior, describe seeing small devices embedded within the object, unlike anything known to exist in our current understanding of space. Some say that these devices are ancient and designed to last for millennia, while others suggest they are something far more modern, perhaps even engineered with advanced alien technology. This detail alone has fueled an entire new wave of speculation about Three-Eye Atlas. Could it be that the object is not a natural comet or asteroid, but an artificial probe, a relic from an ancient civilization, or perhaps a message meant for humanity? Other remote viewers, while not claiming to see physical objects inside Three-Eye Atlas, report sensing strange signals emanating from the object. These signals, they claim, are not just random emissions of energy, but something far more specific, a form of communication perhaps. Some have even gone so far as to describe a deliberate message being broadcast from Three-Eye Atlas, though what that message might contain is anyone's guess. The idea that Three-Eye Atlas could be transmitting something, whether a signal or a coded message, is a theory that fits with some of the earlier findings regarding its trajectory and green glow, which some have speculated could be a form of extraterrestrial communication. Could the remote viewers be picking up on this signal? And if so, what could it mean for humanity? Perhaps the most extraordinary claim comes from a few remote viewers who suggest that Three-Eye Atlas is not just a distant object, but one that is actively aware of our presence. These individuals speak of a consciousness associated with the object, something that can perceive and respond to human observation. While this idea ventures deep into the realm of science fiction, the notion of a sentient or semi-sentient object in deep space is not entirely out of the question. The idea of an advanced intelligence, perhaps embedded within or controlling Three-Eye Atlas, has been circulating in certain circles for months. Could this object be more than just a simple interstellar visitor, and is it somehow aware of humanity's growing interest in its mysteries? The remote viewing claims raise several critical questions. Can these insights be trusted, or are they merely the product of an overactive imagination? Skeptics argue that remote viewing is pseudoscience at best, offering nothing more than vague impressions that are often subject to interpretation. Yet, time and again, some remote viewers have claimed to describe specific locations, events, or objects with an accuracy that defies explanation. Is it possible that they are tapping into something real, a kind of hidden knowledge that traditional science cannot yet explain? The fact remains that while these claims from remote viewers are highly controversial, they cannot be entirely dismissed. In a world where even the most sophisticated scientific instruments are struggling to make sense of Three-Eye Atlas, these psychic insights offer an entirely different lens through which to view the object. The idea that Three-Eye Atlas could harbour hidden technology or be broadcasting a message is an unsettling one, especially given the growing suspicion that the object is far more than it appears. Whether these remote viewers are truly accessing hidden knowledge or simply projecting their own interpretations onto the mystery, their revelations add an intriguing layer to the ongoing investigation. As scientists continue to sift through the data and try to make sense of Three-Eye Atlas's many anomalies, They are unlikely to take these psychic claims at face value, but the increasing frequency and detail of the remote viewers' reports suggest that something unusual is happening. Is 3I Atlas merely a natural comet, or is it part of a larger, more deliberate phenomenon, one that might not be fully understood by traditional science? The mystery deepens with every passing day, and as long as these remote viewers continue to offer new insights, the possibility remains that they may be tapping into something far more profound than anyone could have imagined. As 3 Atlas continues to make its way through our solar system, the global scientific community has been waiting with bated breath for high-resolution images and detailed reports from NASA and other space agencies. After all, 3I Atlas is no ordinary interstellar object. Its peculiarities, from its trajectory to its unexpected green glow, have stirred intense curiosity and speculation. Yet, despite the object passing by Mars and coming closer to Earth, NASA has remained strangely silent, withholding critical data and images from the public. This silence has not gone unnoticed, and it has sparked a firestorm of speculation. Why, with so much interest and so many resources dedicated to tracking 3I Atlas, is NASA holding back? The lack of transparency has raised numerous questions. NASA is known for its open communication with the public, especially when it comes to groundbreaking discoveries. So why, in the case of 3I Atlas, has the agency chosen to keep quiet? Even as the object came within reach of Mars, a prime observation point, there was an unsettling absence of any new information or images. Other space agencies and independent astronomers have been releasing their findings, but NASA, despite its extensive resources, has remained curiously mum. This has left many to wonder if there is something in the data that they are not yet prepared to share, or perhaps something so extraordinary that it requires careful deliberation before being made public. Some speculate that the delay is due to the unprecedented nature of 3I Atlas itself. If the object is indeed far more complex than initially believed, or if it contains unknown characteristics, NASA might be taking extra time to analyze the data thoroughly to avoid drawing premature conclusions. After all, if the agency were to release data or images that were later found to be incomplete or misleading, the fallout could be significant. In a situation as delicate as this, where the object's origins and purpose are still largely unknown, it would not be surprising if NASA's team of experts were exercising caution. They may be attempting to ensure that any findings they release are fully vetted and accurate, avoiding the possibility of sensationalizing data or misinterpreting its significance. Yet, despite this plausible explanation, the secrecy surrounding 3I Atlas feels different. The agency's silence has become more than just a waiting game. It's ignited a sense of distrust among some in the public and scientific community. The timing of the silence has been particularly alarming. 3I Atlas's approach to Mars was a key moment for astronomical observation. It was the perfect opportunity for NASA's Mars, Reconnaissance Orbiter, and other spacecraft to capture detailed images of the object as it passed close to the planet. Yet, in the months following this critical flyby, there was no announcement of any groundbreaking findings or even basic images. This absence has led many to suspect that there is something more to the object, something NASA is not ready to reveal. Conspiracy theories have proliferated in response to NASA's silence. Some believe that the space agency may be hiding the true nature of 3I Atlas because it might suggest that the object is not a natural comet or asteroid at all. Theories abound that the object could be an artificial construct, a probe, or even a deliberate message from an advanced extraterrestrial civilization. These ideas, while speculative, have gained traction in the absence of any substantial data from NASA. The longer the silence continues, the more these theories grow. Some have even gone so far as to claim that the agency is deliberately withholding information in order to avoid public panic or to maintain control over the narrative. The issue is further compounded by NASA's history of secrecy surrounding anomalous phenomena. In the past, the agency has been criticized for withholding information regarding UFOs, unexplained space phenomena, and even data related to the potential existence of life beyond Earth. While much of this can be attributed to national security concerns or the desire to avoid misinformation, the continued silence surrounding 3I Atlas feels like a pattern. Could NASA be hiding something about 3I Atlas's true nature that they believe the public is not yet ready to process? It's important to remember, however, that NASA has a long history of scientific integrity, and their delay in releasing images could be a result of procedural caution rather than deliberate concealment. They may simply be following established protocols for handling data from such an unprecedented object, ensuring that everything is fully understood before making any public announcements. It's possible that the space agency is simply grappling with the sheer complexity of the object, which has defied all conventional explanations thus far. Yet the longer the silence continues, the more the public's frustration grows. As private space companies and independent astronomers continue to gather and share their findings, the gap in transparency from NASA only widens. The secrecy surrounding 3I Atlas has raised more questions than it has answered, and each day without new information from the space agency makes the mystery of the object even more tantalizing. Whether the data NASA is withholding is too extraordinary, too sensitive, or simply not yet fully understood, one thing is clear. The silence surrounding 3I Atlas has only fueled the fire of speculation. The public is eager for answers, and the longer they are kept in the dark, the more they will demand the truth. The arrival of 3I Atlas has ignited more than just scientific curiosity. It has also sparked an intriguing connection to ancient prophecies, particularly those found in Sumerian cuneiform tablets. These ancient texts, some of the earliest known to humanity, speak of sky gods descending from the direction of Sagittarius, a region of the cosmos from which 3I Atlas has emerged. While many have dismissed these ancient accounts as mere mythology or symbolic storytelling, the startling coincidence of the object's path aligning with these ancient texts has raised an unsettling question. Could there be a deeper connection between 3I Atlas and the prophecies of old? Is it possible that the object we're observing today is more than just an astronomical anomaly, and instead is somehow linked to a far older narrative, one that dates back thousands of years? The Sumerians, whose civilization flourished in the region we now know as Mesopotamia, are credited with some of the earliest written records in human history. Their cuneiform tablets contain detailed accounts of the gods, known as the Anunnaki, who supposedly arrived from the stars to teach and guide humanity. What is particularly interesting about these texts is the recurring reference to the Anunnaki, coming from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius, an area of the sky that holds particular significance in the context of 3 Atlas's path. When astronomers first tracked the trajectory of 3 Atlas, it was discovered that the object was indeed coming from the direction of Sagittarius. This connection has sent shockwaves through those who study ancient civilizations and their myths, as it suggests that the object's arrival may have a symbolic or even prophetic resonance. Of course, many skeptics argue that this is nothing more than a coincidence. Ancient cultures, after all, often look to the heavens for meaning, and Sagittarius was a prominent feature in many of their star maps. To them, the idea of gods descending from the stars wasn't necessarily a literal prediction of future events, but rather an expression of their awe at the cosmos and its mysteries. Yet, there is something undeniably compelling about the synchronicity of these ancient prophecies and the arrival of 3I Atlas. The precise alignment of the object's path with the direction described in the Sumerian texts feels, at the very least, like a curious anomaly, a link between the ancient world and modern astronomy that cannot be easily dismissed. The connection between 3I Atlas and these ancient prophecies raises a number of unsettling questions. If the Sumerians were indeed describing actual events, could they have been aware of celestial phenomena that we are only now beginning to comprehend? Some have speculated that the Anunnaki, the sky gods, may not have been gods at all, but rather visitors from another star system, extraterrestrial beings whose arrival was recorded in ancient texts. If this is the case, it would imply that humanity's earliest mythologies were not mere fables, but actual accounts of extraterrestrial contact. Could 3I Atlas then be another such visitor, returning after millennia, as described in these ancient texts? And if so, what is its purpose? Adding another layer of complexity to this idea is the fact that the Sumerian texts also describe the Anunnaki's return to Earth after long absences, a return that would coincide with a significant shift in human civilization. The timing of 3I Atlas's arrival then may not be purely coincidental, but rather part of a larger cyclical event that the ancients may have predicted. These ancient prophecies suggest that the return of the sky gods was tied to a moment of great change, a change that would alter the course of human history. Could the arrival of 3i Atlas signal the beginning of such a shift? The notion that this object, arriving from a region of space linked to the myths of the Anunnaki, could be connected to a much larger unfolding cosmic plan is a tantalizing idea that many find hard to ignore. But there's more to this than just ancient prophecies. The convergence of modern technology and these ancient texts raises new possibilities. As we develop more sophisticated tools for space exploration, such as advanced telescopes and probes, we're beginning to uncover more about our cosmic neighborhood than ever before. Could it be that 3i Atlas is not just a comet or asteroid, but a signal from a distant civilization, one that has been watching humanity for far longer than we ever imagined? If the object truly came from the direction of Sagittarius, and if it's following a path that coincides with ancient prophecies, then it's possible that 3i Atlas is not simply an anomaly, but part of a much larger story that spans both time and space. As more data comes in, the connection between 3i Atlas and the ancient prophecies only becomes more difficult to ignore. While many will undoubtedly continue to dismiss these links as mere coincidence or the product of an overactive imagination, there remains a growing sense that there is more to this story than meets the eye. Could 3i Atlas be the modern manifestation of an ancient prophecy? Is it possible that the object holds the key to understanding humanity's place in the universe, as described by the Sumerians so long ago? Whatever the answer may be, one thing is clear. The arrival of 3i Atlas is no ordinary event, and its connection to ancient texts may be just the beginning of a much larger mystery waiting to be uncovered. As 3 Atlas continues its journey through the solar system, the object has become the centre of intense speculation, particularly among UFO enthusiasts and alien theorists. While the scientific community grapples with its strange trajectory, inexplicable green glow and unusual chemical composition, a growing chorus of voices has begun to suggest that 3i Atlas might not be a simple cosmic visitor, but rather an extraterrestrial artifact. Theories abound, each more bizarre than the last, but the central question remains: could this interstellar object be an alien probe, a message from a distant civilization, or even something far more profound? UFO enthusiasts have long posited that extraterrestrial intelligence might be watching us from afar, and that evidence of such intelligence could be found in objects that traverse our solar system. When 3 Atlas was first discovered, its peculiarities stood out immediately. Unlike typical comets or asteroids, which follow relatively predictable paths and exhibit known behaviours, 3i Atlas's trajectory appeared almost too precise. It entered our solar system from a direction deep in space, moving with a speed and path that suggested something more purposeful than a random cosmic drift. In particular, its alignment with our solar system's ecliptic plane has raised eyebrows, leading some to wonder, could this be a deliberate maneuver, a signal, or even a probe from an advanced civilization? The green glow emitted by 3i Atlas has only added fuel to this fire. Normally, comets and asteroids develop a glow when they approach the sun, due to the sublimation of ice and other materials on their surfaces. But the green hue surrounding 3i Atlas isn't the typical cometary tale. It is an unnatural colour, one that cannot be explained by the standard processes of outgassing. This unusual glow has led some to suggest that 3i Atlas might be an object designed to transmit a signal, a form of communication emanating from the object itself. Could it be that the green glow is not a natural occurrence but a deliberate signal being sent by an advanced intelligence? Is 3i Atlas broadcasting a message, either to Earth or to other civilizations in the galaxy? The object's chemical composition only adds to the sense that 3i Atlas is not what it seems. The strange ratio of carbon dioxide to water ice in its emissions, 8 times higher than what is seen in typical comets, has led some experts to speculate that it was engineered for a specific purpose. While some argue that this could simply be an anomaly, others believe that this could be part of a larger calculated design. If 3i Atlas is indeed an artificial object, its chemical signature might be part of a more complex mission. perhaps designed to alter a planet's atmosphere or communicate with us in a way that we're only beginning to understand. These elements, the bizarre trajectory, the eerie green glow, the chemical anomalies, are far outside the norm for natural space objects. Taken together, they paint a picture that many UFO theorists see as a clear indication that 3I Atlas might be more than just an interstellar rock. Could it be an alien artifact, a probe sent to gather data about our solar system, or even to observe humanity? The idea of an extraterrestrial probe entering our solar system is not new. It has been a popular theme in science fiction for decades. However, the reality of encountering such an object in our lifetime is something that has only recently become a possibility. The more we learn about 3I Atlas, the more some theorists are convinced that it is exactly that. A probe, possibly sent by an alien civilization with a particular interest in our planet. Another intriguing theory suggests that 3I Atlas could be part of a broader strategy for interstellar communication. If it is an artifact from an advanced civilization, it might be designed not only to explore, but also to engage with us. The question remains, is this a message we're meant to decode? Could the strange characteristics of the object be intentional, like a cosmic calling card, trying to attract attention in a way that goes beyond mere scientific curiosity? Perhaps the object's arrival, perfectly timed with humanity's growing space exploration ambitions, is no coincidence. Could it be a signal from a distant civilization that has been watching us, waiting for the right moment to make contact? While the scientific community remains divided on the object's true nature, the evidence for something far beyond a natural phenomenon continues to grow. UFO enthusiasts and alien theorists continue to push the idea that 3I Atlas could be a form of communication or even an artificial intelligence, and as we move closer to its closest approaches to Mars and Earth, the speculation will likely intensify. If 3I Atlas is indeed an extraterrestrial probe, it could mark the first tangible evidence of intelligent life beyond Earth, a discovery that would change everything we know about our place in the universe. Whether or not we are ready for that truth remains to be seen, but the questions surrounding 3I Atlas are sure to be with us for a long time. Could this interstellar object be more than just a strange visitor? Could it be a deliberate message from the stars? Only time will tell, but the mystery is only deepening as we continue to observe its every move. As 3 Atlas continues its journey through the solar system, one of the most striking and perplexing observations has been its sudden, unexpected brightening. For astronomers who've been closely tracking the object, the sudden shift in its luminosity has raised serious questions. Normally, comets and asteroids gradually brighten as they approach the Sun. This is a predictable process. As these objects draw closer to the Sun's warmth, their icy cores begin to sublimate, releasing gas and dust that creates the familiar coma and tail. But 3I Atlas, instead of following this well-understood pattern, has exhibited a sharp increase in brightness that defies expectations. This strange phenomenon has led some scientists to ask, what is causing 3I Atlas to glow so brightly? And could it be more than just a simple reflection of sunlight? When 3I Atlas was first spotted, it was positioned beyond the orbit of Jupiter, a distance where sunlight is weak, and comets are typically faint, often invisible to telescopes. Based on its location, astronomers expected the object to be dim, as most comets at that distance would be frozen solid, their surfaces inactive. But this was not the case with 3I Atlas. Early observations revealed that it was glowing far brighter than anticipated, even though it was still some distance from the Sun. This unexpected brightness led scientists to speculate that 3I Atlas might be much larger than initially estimated, perhaps reflecting more sunlight than expected, or that it could be emitting energy of its own. The latter possibility has only intensified as the object has continued its journey inward. If 3 Atlas is not merely reflecting sunlight, the implications are profound. The idea that an interstellar object might be emitting its own light challenges our understanding of how these objects behave. Typically, comets and asteroids are passive bodies that simply reflect the light of the Sun. If 3I Atlas is generating light, this suggests that it could possess some sort of internal energy source, one that could potentially be a form of propulsion or an onboard power system. This would not be the first time such speculation has arisen. in the context of unexplained space phenomena. Objects like Oumuamua and certain unidentified aerial phenomena, UAPs, have also been subjects of debate regarding potential artificial origins, and now 3I Atlas seems to be adding fuel to this fire. Could it be that 3I Atlas is not just a rock travelling through space, but a carefully crafted object with its own internal power systems? If the glow is not just from sunlight, there are a few possibilities to consider. One of the more intriguing theories is that the object could be using some form of propulsion system that is producing energy visible to us as light. Just like a spacecraft generates thrust using onboard systems, 3I Atlas could theoretically be emitting light or energy in a similar manner, using a process we have not yet observed in natural space objects. This idea, while speculative, could explain the sudden brightness. Rather than simply being illuminated by the sun, the object might be emitting energy or light that is unrelated to solar radiation. If this is the case, it would suggest that 3I Atlas is not a natural comet or asteroid at all, but an engineered object, possibly with a mission of its own. Another possibility is that the brightening is caused by some form of activity within the object itself. As 3I Atlas moves through the solar system, it might be experiencing internal processes that we don't yet fully understand. For example, it could have some form of outgassing or chemical reactions occurring within it, which might be producing light. These reactions could be the result of an onboard power system or even some kind of unknown energy source. While we typically associate outgassing with comets, where the sublimation of ice produces visible gas jets, 3I Atlas's behavior seems far more complex. Could it be generating energy in a way that resembles the functioning of a spacecraft, rather than simply releasing the byproducts of solar heating? This theory aligns with the increasing number of reports suggesting that 3I Atlas may not be a typical interstellar object. The brightening, in this context, would be one more piece of evidence suggesting that the object might be artificial, or at the very least engineered in a way that defies our current understanding of space objects. If it is in fact a probe or spacecraft, the sudden brightening could be part of its operational processes, much like the way a satellite might power up certain systems as it approaches a destination. Whatever the cause, the sudden brightness of 3 Atlas is an undeniable anomaly that cannot be ignored. It doesn't fit within the typical behavior of comets or asteroids, and it raises critical questions about the object's true nature. Is it simply reflecting sunlight, as a typical comet would? Or is 3I Atlas a far more complex object, one that might be emitting energy, generating its own light, or even using a form of propulsion? As scientists continue to study the object's behavior and gather more data, the mystery surrounding its glow will only deepen. But one thing is certain: 3 Atlas is not behaving like anything we've seen before, and its brightening might be just the beginning of a much larger story unfolding before our eyes. To fully grasp the mystery of 3I Atlas, it's essential to place it within the context of other interstellar objects that have made their way through our solar system. The first of these objects to capture global attention was Oumuamua, discovered in 2017. Its peculiar characteristics, its cigar-like shape, strange acceleration, and unexpected brightness immediately sparked debates among scientists. Was it a natural asteroid, or was it something more unusual, even artificial? Some argued that it was just a cosmic rock, while others, including prominent scientists, speculated that it might be a probe or artifact from an advanced alien civilization. The debate surrounding Oumuamua remains unresolved, leaving the scientific community divided. Then, in 2019, a second interstellar visitor arrived, 2E Borisov, which presented a more conventional picture. Unlike Oumuamua, 2E Borisov exhibited characteristics more in line with typical comets, including a bright coma and tail as it approached the sun. Its trajectory, outgassing patterns, and speed all fit the profile of a standard comet, with little to suggest anything more extraordinary. While 2I Borisov didn't spark the same level of intrigue as its predecessor, its discovery confirmed that interstellar objects were not one-off occurrences, but potentially something that could be observed more regularly. But now, 3 Atlas has emerged, and it is far more than just another interstellar object. Unlike Oumuamua, which appeared to be a solitary anomaly, or 2C Borisov, which fit the mold of a typical comet, 3i Atlas has exhibited an entirely new set of characteristics that set it apart. Its trajectory, its strange chemical composition, the unexpected green glow, and the sudden brightening as it moves closer to the Sun. Each of these anomalies has prompted scientists to reconsider the very nature of interstellar visitors. Whereas previous objects could largely be explained through conventional astrophysical models, 3i Atlas defies simple categorization. It is as if the object is presenting itself as something far more complex, challenging our assumptions about what interstellar objects can be. What sets 3i Atlas apart from its predecessors is not just its peculiarities, but its apparent behavior. Its path into our solar system is eerily precise, aligning closely with the solar plane, which is statistically unlikely for an interstellar object. This has led some to propose that the object's trajectory may have been engineered, perhaps by an advanced civilization or some other force. This idea is further supported by the object's sudden brightening, which, unlike typical comets, cannot be fully explained by reflection of sunlight or standard outgassing. The green glow emanating from 3i Atlas also suggests something beyond the typical behavior of comets, an energy output or signal that could indicate the presence of advanced technology. The anomalies don't stop there. The composition of the object's outgassing is another puzzle. Most comets emit a mix of water ice and common gases, such as carbon dioxide, when they approach the Sun. But 3i Atlas has displayed a strangely high ratio of carbon dioxide compared to water ice, 8 times that of a typical comet. This unusual mixture suggests that the object may have been deliberately engineered for a specific purpose, whether to send a signal, gather data, or even perform a more complex task. When we place 3i Atlas alongside Oumuamua and 2i Borisov, the contrast becomes even more pronounced. While Oumuamua raised questions about the possibility of extraterrestrial technology, it could not be definitively proven to be anything other than a natural object. 2i's Borisov, on the other hand, confirmed that interstellar comets do exist, but didn't push the boundaries of scientific understanding the way Oumuamua did. In comparison, 3i Atlas seems to be straddling the line between natural and artificial, making it a far more intriguing candidate for investigation. Its behavior and physical characteristics demand that scientists entertain the possibility that it could be something more than a simple comet or asteroid. This shift in thinking could change the way we understand interstellar travel and exploration. Until now, humanity has been looking outward into the cosmos, speculating about the existence of intelligent life and the possibility of encountering extraterrestrial civilizations. But 3i Atlas's arrival may suggest that interstellar objects, potentially artifacts from far-off civilizations, have been passing through our solar system long before we were aware of them. The idea that these objects might be sent deliberately, or at the very least that they might be probes designed to gather data or communicate, forces us to reconsider our understanding of the cosmos and our place within it. As 3i Atlas draws closer to its closest approach, the questions about its nature will only intensify. Is it a natural object that simply happens to exhibit strange and unexplained behavior? Or is it something far more sophisticated, an alien artifact or probe sent with a specific mission in mind? Whatever the truth may be, 3i Atlas is changing the way we think about interstellar travel, the possibilities of extraterrestrial life, and the future of space exploration. Its unprecedented behavior places it in a category of its own, forcing us to confront the idea that our solar system might not be the isolated haven we once thought it was. Instead, 3i Atlas may be the first of many visitors from beyond, offering us a glimpse into a universe that is far more complex and interconnected than we could have ever imagined. In August of 2025, as the scientific community was grappling with the increasing mysteries surrounding 3i Atlas, a surprising development unfolded in the realm of remote viewing. A well-known psychic, recognized for their ability to perceive distant or hidden phenomena, reported something extraordinary. They claimed to have seen an advanced technology embedded deep within the interstellar object. The psychic described the technology as intricate and unfamiliar, a piece of machinery or possibly a message, hidden within the heart of 3i Atlas. What made this claim even more unsettling was that it wasn't an isolated vision. Several other remote viewers, working independently, reported eerily similar details, all describing some form of technology within the object. This shared consensus among psychics has raised an intriguing question. Could 3 Atlas harbour something deep within it that current scientific methods and instruments have yet to uncover? Remote viewing, often met with skepticism, has nonetheless made headlines in the past for seemingly predicting or describing events that later matched with verifiable details. While the practice remains outside the bounds of mainstream science, the consistency and specificity of these visions regarding 3i Atlas have piqued the curiosity of many. According to the psychics involved, what they saw wasn't just a vague impression of an alien object or an energy source. They described precise technological artifacts embedded within the object's structure, artifacts that seemed out of place for a simple comet or asteroid. These descriptions, which included visualizations of geometric shapes and components that looked engineered, bear a striking resemblance to some of the theories emerging from the scientific community, namely, the idea that 3i Atlas might not be a natural object at all, but something far more sophisticated. What is particularly compelling about these reports is the apparent agreement between psychics who have never worked together, each describing the technology within 3i Atlas with remarkable consistency. One described it as ancient, yet designed to last millennia, while another claimed it resembled an information storage device, possibly containing a message or data encoded in a form we cannot yet comprehend. Some remote viewers even suggested that the technology was a form of a cosmic communication device, meant to transmit information across vast distances, an interstellar message that may have been sent long before 3i Atlas even reached our solar system. This consistency among the reports raises an unsettling question. Could there be something hidden inside 3i Atlas that science has not yet discovered? It is well known that space objects, especially those from beyond our solar system, can sometimes surprise scientists by revealing new, previously unknown materials or structures. But the idea that 3i Atlas could contain a deliberately placed technology, something intentionally hidden by its creators, is a theory that has shifted from the realm of science fiction to something worth serious consideration. After all, if 3i Atlas is an artifact rather than a natural object, the idea of it carrying some form of encoded message, advanced machinery, or even a signal device is not entirely out of the question. Could this be a deliberate signal sent by an alien civilization, a probe or artifact designed to impart information to whoever might encounter it? Or is 3i Atlas a message itself waiting for the right moment to be decoded? The suggestion that it could contain something of immense value, perhaps even a piece of alien technology, has raised the stakes considerably. If this is true, it means that 3i Atlas might be far more than just a comet or asteroid passing through our solar system. It could be an artifact of profound importance, something deliberately left behind by an intelligence far older and more advanced than our own. In light of these remote viewing reports, the question of what 3i Atlas truly is becomes even more urgent. If the object contains technology, as many psychics suggest, why hasn't science uncovered it? Could it be that the object's surface or composition is hiding something far deeper, something that our current technology cannot detect? Or perhaps, is it that 3i Atlas is designed in such a way that only certain forms of perception, whether through psychic means or other extraordinary means, can access the information it holds? As more psychics and remote viewers share their insights, the puzzle of 3i Atlas grows more intricate. Could these claims of hidden technology be tapping into a deeper reality, one that traditional science is only beginning to explore? If these psychics are indeed perceiving something real within 3i Atlas, what might that mean for our understanding of the object? The possibility that it contains an ancient message, an alien artifact, or a piece of technology that could revolutionize our knowledge of the universe is something that cannot be dismissed easily. While the scientific community remains cautious, these remote viewing revelations add a layer of mystery that science alone cannot explain. The reports might not be conclusive, but they are certainly compelling. As we await further data from telescopes and probes, one thing is clear: the secrets of 3i Atlas are far from fully understood, and the possibility that the object holds a deeper hidden truth is a tantalizing prospect that continues to fuel speculation and wonder. As 3i Atlas continues its journey through the solar system, one of the most pivotal moments of its trajectory is the object's close approach to Mars on October 3, 2025. The red planet will be in the perfect position for this rare flyby, placing 3i Atlas within close proximity to a world that has long been a focal point of scientific interest in space exploration. The timing of this encounter, however, seems far more significant than a mere coincidence. Recent reports have suggested that the window for capturing crucial data may be closing faster than anticipated, and once the object moves past the Sun, it may become unreachable for an extended period. The urgency surrounding this moment is palpable, and as the object draws closer to Mars, questions arise about what scientists and space agencies might discover in this fleeting but critical window of opportunity. The first and most immediate factor driving the urgency is the positioning of Mars itself. As 3i Atlas approaches, the planet will provide the perfect vantage point for observation. Mars is far enough from the Sun that it remains visible to telescopes and orbital instruments, but not so far that the object's faint light will be impossible to capture. This proximity gives scientists the best chance to study 3i Atlas in ways that simply wouldn't be possible once it moves beyond the reach of these instruments. With the flyby, Mars becomes not only a scientific observatory, but a key player in the story of 3i Atlas's journey. If we are to understand the true nature of this object, its origin, its composition, and perhaps even its purpose, this is the moment to do it. However, as the timing of the flyby draws near, an added sense of urgency is building. Once 3i Atlas passes behind the Sun, it will be effectively shielded from direct observation, making it incredibly difficult for astronomers and space agencies to collect accurate data. The vast distances involved, combined with the Sun's interference, will obscure any further opportunities to study the object in the detail that we have now. This narrowing window means that the scientific community is racing against time. Both private space agencies and government organizations are scrambling to deploy their best equipment and resources to capture as much information as possible before the object disappears into the cosmic shadows. It's a race against an invisible clock with no guarantee of success. What makes this timing even more critical is the nature of 3i Atlas itself. The object's strange behaviors, its unusual trajectory, the mysterious green glow, and the chemical anomalies have left scientists puzzled. No one is entirely certain what to expect from the flyby. Will we discover more about its internal structure, or will its anomalous properties defy explanation? Could the object reveal new insights into the mechanics of interstellar travel or extraterrestrial technology? With such profound questions still lingering, the data gathered during the flyby could prove to be some of the most important space exploration findings in recent history. Scientists are aware that once the object passes beyond the reach of current observation tools, the opportunity to gather this crucial data may be lost for a long time, perhaps forever. But the significance of the timing goes beyond just scientific curiosity. The positioning of 3i Atlas in relation to Mars raises the possibility of more immediate practical implications. Some have suggested that the object might be involved in something far more complex than simple observation. Could it be laying the groundwork for a future event, one that will unfold only once it has passed the Sun? Could it be part of a much larger interstellar plan, one that is tied to the timing of its flyby? The idea that the object's close approach to Mars could have a purpose beyond just passing through has been floated by some in the scientific community, with theories ranging from terraforming experiments to preemptive surveys for future colonization. Even as the scientific and space communities continue to scramble to collect data, there is a creeping awareness that the true significance of this encounter might not be understood immediately. The results could take months or even years to fully process and comprehend. But one thing is certain: this close encounter with Mars is a rare and fleeting opportunity. Whether 3i Atlas is simply a passing cosmic curiosity or something far more significant, this is a moment that could change our understanding of the universe and perhaps even our place within it. As the object draws closer, scientists continue to work under the pressure of a ticking clock, aware that this moment of observation is one of the few chances to unlock the mystery of 3i Atlas. The next few months will likely prove to be some of the most critical in the history of space exploration. Whether or not we will uncover the secrets of this strange interstellar visitor remains to be seen, but the clock is ticking and the window for discovery is closing fast. For now, all we can do is watch, wait, and hope that this unique encounter with Mars provides the answers we've been searching for. As astronomers continue to study 3I Atlas, one of the most shocking new revelations has emerged. The object appears to contain elements that should not be present in such a celestial body. Researchers have identified high concentrations of rare metals, including nickel, within the body of 3I Atlas, materials that are simply not found in the same proportions in typical comets or asteroids. This discovery has sent ripples through the scientific community, prompting many to reconsider the nature of 3I Atlas. Could it be that what we're observing is not just another comet or asteroid, but rather something far more complex, perhaps even an artificial construct designed with a specific purpose in mind? Nickel, for example, is a metal that is typically associated with rocky, metal-rich asteroids, but its presence in such high quantities is unusual for a comet. Comets, which are primarily composed of ice, dust, and organic compounds, typically do not contain significant amounts of heavy metals like nickel, iron, or platinum. These metals are often found in much higher concentrations in the cores of planets and large asteroids, not in the icy bodies typically associated with the outer solar system. The discovery of such rare materials in 3I Atlas has forced scientists to question whether the object is truly a natural phenomenon or if it is something entirely different, an artifact or probe from a distant civilization. As we uncover the secrets behind 3I Atlas, don't forget to like and subscribe for real-time updates on this game-changing event. What do you think is really going on with 3I Atlas, an alien probe or a cosmic anomaly? Share your thoughts below. The presence of these metals raises numerous questions. If 3I Atlas is a comet or asteroid, why would it contain so much nickel? Was it created in a place where such metals are more abundant, or is this object made up of materials that do not typically form in nature? The idea that 3I Atlas could be engineered, a crafted object from some unknown source, begs even larger questions. Could it be a probe, deliberately designed with materials that make it resilient and capable of withstanding the harsh conditions of space travel over immense distances? Could the metals within 3I Atlas be part of a larger system, perhaps an energy source or technology meant to operate for an extended period of time? What's more unsettling is the possibility that the presence of these metals is not simply an anomaly, but part of a much larger and deliberate design. If 3I Atlas is an artificial construct, the materials found within it may be precisely chosen to serve a specific function. Nickel, for example, is a metal that can be used in advanced power systems, including those found in spacecraft or energy-producing technologies. Could the high concentration of nickel indicate that 3I Atlas is not just a passive object travelling through space, but an active device, perhaps an energy generator or even a vehicle powered by these metals? This possibility would suggest that 3I Atlas is far more than just a comet. It could be a piece of technology designed to function over vast interstellar distances. Further analysis of the object's internal composition might reveal even more about its potential purpose. The metals, combined with 3I Atlas's strange green glow and unexpected brightening, seem to imply that the object might be more than just a celestial body. What we are witnessing could be the first tangible evidence of technology that is completely beyond our current understanding. This idea is compounded by the object's trajectory, which suggests that it might have been intentionally directed toward our solar system. If 3I Atlas was not simply a random interstellar object, its advanced composition could be a sign that it was crafted by an intelligence far beyond our own. Some researchers have pointed out that the presence of these materials could also mean that 3I Atlas is a probe, designed to study our solar system or possibly even our planet. If this is the case, the high concentrations of rare metals could serve as a power source or as part of the object's sensors and communication systems. The object's unusual outgassing behavior and its brightening could be signals of some sort of onboard activity, further supporting the idea that 3I Atlas is not a passive object, but an active system designed for a purpose. This growing mystery surrounding the internal composition of 3i Atlas has only deepened the intrigue. If this is an artificial object, it raises the possibility that it was intentionally sent to us, perhaps as a message, a warning, or even a tool to facilitate some unknown interaction with humanity. While this idea remains speculative, the discovery of such unusual materials in the body of the object certainly challenges everything we thought we knew about interstellar objects. Is 3i Atlas simply an anomaly, or is it a carefully designed artifact sent to our solar system by an intelligence we have yet to comprehend? As more data is collected and analysed, the growing body of evidence continues to point toward the idea that 3i Atlas may not be just another passing comet. Its composition, its behaviour, and its unexplained features are forcing scientists to reconsider the very nature of space exploration. What could these rare materials mean, and what could they reveal about the object's true purpose? For now, the mystery deepens, but one thing is clear. 3 Atlas is not the simple cosmic visitor it first appeared to be. Its internal composition may hold the key to understanding the object's origin, and possibly its intended destination. As 3i Atlas approaches the Sun, scientists have been closely monitoring its behaviour, and one of the most puzzling observations has been its outgassing. Normally, when comets venture toward the Sun, they undergo a predictable process. The heat from the Sun causes the ice and volatile compounds in the comet's core to sublimate, which releases gas and dust, creating the familiar tail and coma. This outgassing is generally a steady, gradual process, with the intensity increasing as the comet gets closer to the Sun. But 3i Atlas is not behaving like a typical comet. Its outgassing has been erratic and highly controlled, with gas being ejected in bursts rather than a continuous stream. This anomaly has left scientists scratching their heads, prompting speculation that 3i Atlas might not be a natural object at all, but something far more complex, perhaps even a vehicle using advanced propulsion technology. What's immediately apparent is that the outgassing of 3i Atlas does not follow the usual pattern we see in most comets. The gas is being expelled in sharp bursts, almost like a series of controlled emissions rather than the natural, diffuse outgassing expected from an object of its kind. Typically, a comet's coma forms as the solar wind pushes gas and dust away from the nucleus. This process is largely dictated by the Sun's radiation, and while the intensity of the outgassing can vary depending on the comet's composition and proximity to the Sun, the pattern is generally consistent and predictable. But with 3i Atlas, the ejections seem to be more deliberate, almost as though they are being timed or directed. This has led some experts to entertain the possibility that the object could be using some form of propulsion system. The idea of a comet using propulsion may seem far-fetched, but the behaviour of 3i Atlas is difficult to explain otherwise. If the bursts of gas were simply a byproduct of solar heating, they would be more erratic and less controlled. Instead, the fact that the gas is being released in such a consistent manner suggests that there may be an active mechanism at work, one that could be using these emissions to steer the object through space. In this context, 3i Atlas might not just be a passive space rock, but a highly sophisticated probe, or even a spacecraft that is being navigated deliberately. The possibility of an artificial propulsion system raises numerous questions. Could 3i Atlas be an alien probe, deliberately sending bursts of gas to control its trajectory? The controlled burst could be an advanced form of propulsion that uses gas ejections to adjust the object's velocity or direction, much like a spacecraft uses thrusters to navigate. If this is the case, it would suggest that 3i Atlas is far more than just an interstellar object passing through our solar system. Instead, it could be a piece of advanced technology, capable of steering itself through space with remarkable precision. Another explanation for the unusual outgassing could be related to the materials inside 3i Atlas. Recent discoveries have shown that the object contains high concentrations of metals like nickel, which could play a role in the propulsion process. Perhaps 3i Atlas is equipped with an onboard energy system that is using these metals in some kind of advanced engine, generating propulsion in ways that defy our current understanding of interstellar objects. If this is the case, 3i Atlas could be an example of an artificial object designed not only to travel across vast distances, but to do so in a controlled, purposeful manner. This raises the question, Who or what created 3i Atlas, and why has it come to our solar system? The timing of 3i Atlas's approach also adds to the intrigue. As the object gets closer to the Sun, scientists are able to monitor it more closely, and the bursts of gas are becoming more pronounced. Could the outgassing be a part of a larger plan, one that is being carried out deliberately? Is 3i Atlas simply passing through, or is it part of a larger mission, one that involves the collection of data, the study of our solar system, or even the preparation for a more direct interaction with Earth or Mars? The highly controlled nature of the outgassing could indicate that the object is not just drifting, but actively engaging with the environment around it, possibly as part of a larger, more complex operation. Whatever the true nature of 3i Atlas is, the outgassing anomaly is undeniable. Its behavior is unlike anything we've seen from typical comets or asteroids, and it challenges our understanding of space objects. If 3i Atlas is indeed using some form of active propulsion, it could represent a breakthrough in our understanding of interstellar technology, one that could open the door to new possibilities for space exploration. The implications of this discovery, whether 3i Atlas is a piece of alien technology or an advanced probe from another civilization, are profound. As more data is gathered, and the object continues its path through our solar system, the mystery of its propulsion system may eventually be unravelled. Until then, we are left with more questions than answers, but one thing is certain. 3i Atlas is not just another comet. Its strange outgassing and possible propulsion system are part of a much larger and more complex story that is only just beginning to unfold. As 3i Atlas draws closer to Mars, an increasingly popular theory has emerged that the object could be linked to a much more ambitious goal: terraforming the red planet. The idea that 3i Atlas might play a role in transforming Mars's atmosphere to make it more hospitable to life raises profound questions about its true purpose. While the scientific community remains divided over the nature of 3i Atlas, its strange chemical signature, the timing of its approach, and its proximity to Mars have led some to propose that this object could be part of a larger plan to alter the Martian environment. Could 3i Atlas be a key component in a deliberate effort to prepare Mars for future human colonization or even ecological transformation? The most striking piece of evidence that fuels this theory is the unusual chemical composition of 3i Atlas. As mentioned earlier, the object has been found to contain an unusually high concentration of carbon dioxide, far more than typical comets or asteroids, which are usually composed of water ice and organic compounds. Carbon dioxide, a potent greenhouse gas, is essential for any process that involves atmospheric alteration, and it is a critical element in the concept of terraforming. In the case of Mars, increasing the amount of carbon dioxide in its atmosphere could help trap more heat, potentially warming the planet and allowing for the creation of a more Earth-like environment. This raises the question: is 3i Atlas carrying the materials needed to kickstart this process? Mars has long been seen as a candidate for human colonization. Its proximity to Earth, its similar day length, and its potential to host liquid water have made it the focal point of space agencies around the world. But the one thing that has made Mars inhospitable to life as we know it is its thin, carbon dioxide-dominated atmosphere. The idea of terraforming, altering a planet's atmosphere to make it more conducive to life, has been a subject of interest for scientists for decades, but the practicalities of such a project remain daunting. If 3i Atlas is indeed carrying a significant amount of carbon dioxide, it could be that its trajectory through our solar system is not just a random event, but part of a much larger effort to change the Martian environment. Could the object be designed to release this carbon dioxide into Mars's atmosphere, helping to thicken it and raise the planet's temperatures? If so, it would suggest that 3i Atlas is part of a coordinated effort to make Mars more hospitable to life. The timing of 3i Atlas's approach to Mars adds another layer of intrigue. The object's flyby is occurring at a crucial moment, as humanity prepares to take significant steps toward colonizing Mars. Space agencies have plans for manned missions to the planet within the next decade, and private companies like SpaceX are already developing technologies for Mars-based human habitats. Could 3i Atlas's approach be timed deliberately to coincide with these plans? If 3i Atlas is indeed involved in a terraforming effort, its proximity to Mars could be the first step in a much larger long-term project to transform the planet's atmosphere, paving the way for future human colonization. This possibility would align with the growing interest in Mars as a second home for humanity, but it would also raise unsettling questions. Who or what is orchestrating this transformation, and for what purpose? One of the most striking aspects of this theory is the fact that 3I Atlas appears to be a controlled, deliberate object, not a random comet or asteroid. The object's trajectory, its chemical composition, and its strange behaviour, such as the controlled outgassing and sudden brightening, suggest that it might be more than just a natural space rock. Some scientists have speculated that 3I Atlas could be an engineered object, possibly a probe or tool designed to alter the Martian environment. Its high concentration of carbon dioxide could be a clue that it is carrying out a mission to transform Mars's atmosphere, even if that transformation is subtle and gradual. The idea that 3I Atlas is not just a visitor, but an active agent in a larger plan is one of the most provocative aspects of this theory. If 3I Atlas is indeed part of a terraforming effort, its mission could be just the beginning. Once the object has completed its flyby of Mars, it may be followed by other objects or missions designed to further alter the Martian atmosphere, bringing it closer to the conditions required for human habitation. Alternatively, 3I Atlas could be a self-contained probe, with the carbon dioxide and other chemicals it contains being gradually released into the atmosphere over time. This would make the object not just a passive observer, but an active player in the transformation of an entire planet. The more scientists study 3I Atlas, the more questions arise about its true nature. Could it really be part of an effort to terraform Mars, a plan that stretches beyond the capabilities of human technology? Or is it simply an astronomical oddity, with a strange chemical signature and behaviour that are unrelated to any intentional mission? While the idea of terraforming is still a distant dream for humanity, the possibility that 3I Atlas could be an agent of this transformation is both thrilling and unsettling. As we continue to learn more about the object, the mystery deepens. Whether or not 3I Atlas is actively involved in terraforming Mars, its presence in our solar system is undeniably significant, and it may be a harbinger of much larger changes to come. As 3I Atlas continues its journey through the solar system, the mystery surrounding its true nature grows deeper with each passing day. One of the most intriguing and thought-provoking theories to emerge is that 3I Atlas might not be a natural object at all, but rather a message in a bottle, sent across the galaxy by an advanced civilization. The idea that 3I Atlas could be transmitting information, or even attempting to communicate with Earth, raises the possibility that this interstellar visitor could be something far more significant than a mere passing comet or asteroid. The first clue that has sparked this theory is the object's unusual chemical composition. 3I Atlas contains rare elements, such as high concentrations of carbon dioxide and metals like nickel, which are not typically found in the same proportions in comets or asteroids. These anomalies suggest that 3I Atlas might not have formed in the same way as natural space objects. Instead, its unusual makeup raises the possibility that it was deliberately engineered or crafted for a specific purpose. Could these strange materials be part of a sophisticated communication system, an interstellar signal designed to reach distant civilizations? The idea that the object's chemical signature could be a key to understanding a message or technology is an unsettling yet fascinating prospect. Another key piece of evidence supporting the message in a bottle theory is 3I Atlas's trajectory. The object's path through the solar system is highly unusual. Unlike most interstellar objects which approach our solar system on erratic, unpredictable trajectories, 3I Atlas's trajectory is surprisingly precise. Its alignment with the ecliptic plane of our solar system and its proximity to both Mars and Earth raise questions about whether this path was intentional. Could it be that 3I Atlas was deliberately directed toward our solar system by an intelligent source? The possibility that this object is not simply drifting aimlessly through space, but is instead following a course designed to bring it into close proximity to our planet, suggests that it could be part of a larger plan, one that involves communication or observation. Then there's the outgassing behavior of 3I Atlas. Unlike typical comets, which release gas and dust in a steady, predictable manner as they approach the Sun, 3I Atlas's outgassing has been erratic and highly controlled. The bursts of gas emitted by the object suggest that its behavior is not a random byproduct of solar radiation, but rather an intentional process. This highly structured outgassing raises the possibility that 3I Atlas could be sending signals or even transmitting data in the form of energy or information. The idea that 3I Atlas could be more than just a space rock, a complex communication device designed to transmit something to Earth or another distant civilization, is one of the more compelling theories being considered by researchers. If 3I Atlas is indeed an interstellar message, then what could it be trying to communicate? The exact purpose of such a message remains unclear, but one possibility is that it could be a form of intergalactic outreach, a way for an advanced civilization to make contact with others. The idea of sending messages across vast distances is not new. Humanity has already begun sending our own signals into the cosmos in the hope of reaching extraterrestrial civilizations. If 3I Atlas is indeed a message in a bottle, it could be that we are witnessing the first contact with an intelligent species from another part of the galaxy, albeit in the form of a passive signal rather than a direct encounter. Another possibility is that 3I Atlas might be a form of data storage, a repository of information that could be accessed by a civilization capable of understanding its message. The strange chemical composition of the object could be the key to unlocking this data, with the materials inside serving as a kind of cosmic hard drive. Perhaps 3 Atlas was sent to preserve information for future generations, or as a means of passing knowledge across vast distances of space. This theory aligns with the idea that the object is more than just a simple visitor. It could be a sophisticated vessel carrying knowledge or technology that we have yet to comprehend. The concept of 3I Atlas as a message in a bottle is both a captivating and unsettling prospect. If this object is indeed a deliberate communication, it challenges everything we know about space and our place within it. The thought that we might be receiving a message from an intelligent civilization, transmitted across light years, opens up a realm of possibilities that are difficult to grasp. Could 3I Atlas be the first of many such messages sent by advanced civilizations seeking to make contact with us? Or is it simply a coincidence, a natural object that happens to exhibit strange and unexplained behavior? As scientists continue to study 3I Atlas, the possibility that it is transmitting information or trying to communicate with Earth remains tantalizing. If this is indeed the case, it would represent the most profound discovery in human history, one that would forever alter our understanding of the universe and our place within it. Whether 3I Atlas is a message in a bottle, an alien probe, or just an enigmatic space object, its arrival in our solar system is an event of unparalleled significance. Whatever the truth may be, the mystery of 3I Atlas is far from over, and its ultimate purpose may be something humanity is only just beginning to understand. As 3I Atlas draws closer to Earth, a growing sense of unease has spread among the public and scientific community alike. While astronomers around the world continue to monitor the object's progress, one glaring issue has remained a source of frustration: NASA's silence. Despite the unprecedented nature of 3I Atlas, an interstellar visitor with strange characteristics and unexplained behaviors, the space agency has been eerily quiet. Despite its vast resources and the critical importance of this rare event, NASA has not released new images, data, or detailed reports about the object, raising serious questions about the agency's motivations. Why has NASA chosen to withhold crucial information, and what might they be hiding? At first glance, it could be assumed that the silence is simply due to the complexities of analysing an object like 3I Atlas. After all, an interstellar object passing through our solar system is a rare event, one that requires thorough study and analysis. However, the lack of any substantial updates from NASA, especially as other space agencies and independent astronomers have been able to release their findings, raises concerns. As the world's leading space agency, NASA is usually quick to share significant discoveries with the public. The agency has a long history of transparency, releasing data from missions such as the Mars rovers or the Voyager probes, allowing the public to engage with the findings in real time. Yet, in the case of 3I Atlas, NASA's silence stands in stark contrast to its typical approach. This silence has fueled growing suspicions and conspiracy theories. Some believe that the space agency is withholding information because it has discovered something in the data that could fundamentally change our understanding of the universe, or even challenge the way we view humanity's place in it. The idea that 3i Atlas might be something other than a natural interstellar object is gaining traction, especially as more anomalies continue to surface. Its strange trajectory, chemical composition, and behaviour have led some to suggest that it could be an artificial probe or a signal from an extraterrestrial civilization. If NASA has found evidence supporting such a theory, the fear is that they may be holding back on releasing this information, either out of caution or to avoid widespread panic. The question of what NASA is hiding becomes even more pressing when considering the timing of the silence. 3i Atlas has passed close to Mars, and yet NASA has failed to release any new images or detailed reports from their Mars-based instruments. Other space agencies, such as the European Space Agency, have been able to capture and release high-resolution images of the object, but NASA has remained tight-lipped. The longer this silence persists, the more the public grows suspicious. Are they simply waiting to verify the data before releasing it? Or is there something in the findings that they are not ready to share? This lack of transparency has fostered a sense of distrust between space agencies and the public. While scientists and space agencies often speak of the importance of openness in the pursuit of knowledge, the secrecy surrounding 3i Atlas has undermined that trust. As the object continues to approach Earth, the growing gap between public expectations and NASA's reticence has left many wondering if there are larger, more troubling reasons for the delay in communication. Are we being kept in the dark because the truth is too difficult to handle, or because it contradicts the very foundations of what we know about space and our place within it? The secrecy surrounding 3i Atlas has also raised questions about the broader role of space agencies in managing public perception. NASA is not just a scientific organization, it is also a governmental agency, subject to the interests and priorities of those in power. In this context, some speculate that NASA's silence might be driven by political considerations. What if the object's true nature could disrupt existing policies on space exploration, or even stir up fears about potential extraterrestrial threats? If 3i Atlas is indeed a probe or artifact from an alien civilization, revealing this to the public might force governments to address questions they are not yet prepared to answer. The fear of inciting widespread panic or uncertainty could explain why NASA has chosen to withhold its findings, at least for the time being. At the heart of the issue lies a fundamental question. Why should the public be kept in the dark about one of the most extraordinary events in space exploration? If 3i Atlas is just truly a natural object, there should be no reason to withhold information. But as the anomalies continue to pile up, it becomes clear that the situation is far more complicated. The lack of transparency surrounding 3i Atlas not only raises questions about the object itself, but also about the relationship between space agencies and the people they serve. If we are to trust in the integrity of space exploration, we must ask whether we are being given the full story, or whether there are deeper, more troubling reasons behind NASA's silence. As the mystery of 3i Atlas deepens, so too does the public's desire for answers. Will NASA eventually reveal the truth, or will the agency continue to withhold information, leaving the world to speculate in the absence of hard data? The silence is deafening, and with each passing day, the growing distrust only makes the need for transparency more urgent. 3 Atlas may be an interstellar object, but it is also a symbol of the broader questions we face about the nature of space, the unknown, and the role of scientific institutions in sharing that knowledge with the world. The arrival of 3 Atlas has not only captured the attention of modern scientists, but has also ignited a startling connection to ancient texts, particularly those from the Sumerian civilization. The Sumerians, one of the earliest known advanced civilizations, left behind detailed records inscribed on cuneiform tablets, many of which describe celestial events involving sky gods who descended from the stars. These gods, according to Sumerian lore, came from a specific direction in the sky, Sagittarius. This is the very region from which 3i Atlas is believed to have originated. While many researchers dismiss these ancient accounts as mere mythology, or symbolic stories meant to explain the mysteries of the cosmos, The striking similarity between the ancient descriptions and the behaviour of 3i Atlas has led some to wonder. Could the arrival of this interstellar object be linked to the very prophecies recorded in these ancient texts? The Sumerians were keen observers of the night sky, and their tablets contain detailed references to celestial bodies, movements of the stars, and the arrival of gods from the heavens. The idea of sky gods descending from the direction of Sagittarius is particularly significant, as it places the origin of these celestial beings directly in line with where 3i Atlas has been detected. These texts do not merely hint at gods appearing from this region. They speak of their arrival as a momentous event, one that was tied to the fate of the world and the people living on Earth at the time. Could the Sumerians have been recording the arrival of a cosmic visitor, not as a myth, but as an actual event they witnessed in the night sky? If so, the arrival of 3i Atlas, which has garnered so much attention in the modern era, could be the latest chapter in a much older, far-reaching narrative. The similarities between the ancient Sumerian descriptions of the sky gods and the behaviour of 3i Atlas are impossible to ignore. The object's unexpected trajectory, its unusual chemical composition, and the peculiar green glow it emits. None of these traits align with typical cometary behaviour. Instead, 3i Atlas's characteristics are more consistent with something intentionally sent, something that seems to have a purpose. The Sumerian texts speak of gods arriving with great purpose, often with significant consequences for the people of Earth. Could this object be the modern manifestation of the same kind of arrival described in the Sumerian myths? Is it possible that 3i Atlas is not just an interstellar object, but a deliberate visit from an intelligence beyond our own? Some theorists have suggested that the Sumerian gods may not have been gods at all, but rather advanced beings from another star system, extraterrestrial visitors who arrived from the direction of Sagittarius. This theory posits that the gods were actually beings with technology far beyond anything known to ancient humanity. The parallels between the ancient stories and the current phenomena surrounding 3i Atlas are startling. The object's strange behaviour, its trajectory, its emission of gas in bursts, its chemical anomalies, could all point to a highly sophisticated, possibly artificial origin. If 3i Atlas is indeed a message or probe sent by an advanced civilization, then the Sumerians' ancient accounts could be more than mere legend. They could be the earliest record of extraterrestrial contact. The implications of this connection are profound. If 3i Atlas is truly a modern counterpart to the ancient sky gods, it suggests that the ancient text may hold a deeper truth than previously thought. Could humanity's earliest myths have been based on actual encounters with beings from another world, encounters that were recorded in symbolic form? The idea that ancient civilizations may have had direct contact with extraterrestrial beings forces us to reconsider our understanding of human history. Are the stories of gods descending from the sky simply allegories? Or did they represent real, documented events that ancient people witnessed and tried to comprehend with the limited knowledge they had at the time? Furthermore, if 3i Atlas is indeed linked to these ancient prophecies, its arrival could be seen as part of a larger cosmic cycle, a pattern of visits from otherworldly beings that stretches back millennia. What does this mean for humanity's place in the universe? If advanced civilizations have been aware of Earth for such a long time, what role might we have in a much larger galactic narrative? The arrival of 3i Atlas, seen in this light, might not be just an isolated event, but the continuation of a long history of cosmic interaction. While the mainstream scientific community may continue to treat 3i Atlas as a mere interstellar object, the theories that connect it to ancient texts cannot be easily dismissed. The sheer similarity between the descriptions of the Sumerian sky gods and the characteristics of 3i Atlas challenges us to rethink the boundaries between myth and reality. Could the Sumerians have been recording an encounter with an extraterrestrial civilization? And if so, what might this reveal about the true nature of 3i Atlas, and perhaps about our own place in a much larger and far more complex universe? As the mystery of 3i Atlas deepens, the connection to ancient prophecies and myths continues to provide a fascinating layer to its already enigmatic presence in our solar system. As 3i Atlas draws closer to Earth, the global response from space agencies and research institutions has been one of both urgency and caution. The discovery of an interstellar object passing through our solar system is an event that has not occurred in human history, and the excitement surrounding 3I Atlas has been palpable. Yet, alongside the rush to collect data and observe the object, there remains an underlying sense of uncertainty and unease. Despite the rapid technological advancements of the past few decades, many are left wondering whether we have the tools and knowledge to fully comprehend or even handle the potential implications of 3I Atlas's flyby. Governments and space agencies from around the world, including NASA, the European Space Agency, ESA, and private companies like SpaceX, have quickly mobilized to observe 3I Atlas. The object's strange trajectory, its unusual chemical composition, and its unpredictable outgassing behavior have all driven an unprecedented level of interest. Telescopes and space probes are being focused on 3I Atlas, with instruments positioned on Earth and in orbit around Mars, ready to capture images and gather data. However, despite these efforts, the mood within the scientific community is not one of complete confidence. While the excitement is understandable, there is an underlying recognition that the object could present challenges that humanity is not fully equipped to understand, let alone mitigate. The primary concern for many experts is the unprecedented nature of 3I Atlas. While astronomers have studied comets, asteroids, and other space objects for centuries, none have exhibited the range of anomalies that 3I Atlas has shown. Its strange green glow, its highly controlled outgassing, and its trajectory, all of which suggest something more than a simple cosmic visitor, have forced scientists to reconsider their models of interstellar objects. Theories about the object's origins and purpose vary widely, with some suggesting that 3I Atlas is a natural interstellar comet, while others believe it may be an artificial probe or even an alien artifact. The uncertainty surrounding its true nature has left many space agencies cautious in their public statements, choosing to avoid premature conclusions while they continue to study the object. One of the most pressing questions surrounding 3I Atlas is whether our current technology is sufficient to fully understand or even communicate with it, should that be necessary. The object's unusual behavior suggests that it might not only be a scientific curiosity, but potentially a piece of technology, or even a message, sent from an advanced civilization. As such, the response from space agencies has been twofold: observe and learn as much as possible, while also preparing for any unforeseen developments. However, even with the most advanced instruments available, there is no guarantee that our current technology will be able to uncover all the secrets 3I Atlas might hold. Some have even raised concerns about the potential risks associated with the object, especially if it is in fact a probe sent by an alien civilization. The uncertainty over what exactly 3I Atlas is, and whether it poses any potential threats to Earth, has led to a more measured response from government agencies. On the other hand, private companies like SpaceX, which are heavily invested in the future of space exploration and the potential for interplanetary colonization, have shown a slightly different response. For them, the flyby of 3I Atlas presents an opportunity to gather valuable data that could inform future missions, particularly those to Mars. As companies like SpaceX plan for human missions to the Red Planet, understanding the behaviors and properties of interstellar objects like 3I Atlas is crucial. The possibility that 3I Atlas could be part of a larger purposeful mission, either by an extraterrestrial civilization or as a piece of advanced technology, has made private companies particularly eager to gather as much information as possible. Yet, even they are cautious, knowing that this is a unique event with no precedent. The global response to 3I Atlas's flyby reveals a consensus that, while the scientific community is excited by the prospect of studying an object from beyond our solar system, there is also a profound sense of uncertainty. The object's strange behavior and its potential implications have led to a global dialogue about the future of space exploration. As we prepare for the flyby, one thing is clear. 3I Atlas is not just another object in our solar system. It represents a new frontier of exploration, one that challenges our understanding of space, technology, and even the possibility of life beyond Earth. With each passing day, as we continue to study its trajectory and behavior, the mystery of 3I Atlas deepens, leaving humanity on the edge of an unknown future. What this encounter means for the future of space exploration remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: the world is watching, waiting to see what secrets 3 Atlas might reveal and how it will change our understanding of the cosmos. In the wake of 3 Atlas's dramatic appearance in our solar system, excitement within the scientific community is palpable. As the object edges ever closer to Earth, the possibilities it presents for technological breakthroughs have captured the imagination of researchers, engineers, and space enthusiasts alike. The questions surrounding 3I Atlas go beyond its origins and trajectory. Many are now looking at it as a potential source of insights into advanced technologies that could revolutionize space travel, propulsion, and materials science. If 3I Atlas is indeed a crafted object rather than a natural phenomenon, it could provide humanity with the keys to technologies far beyond our current capabilities, technologies that could shape the future of space exploration for generations to come. One of the most immediate areas of interest is the potential for breakthroughs in space propulsion. 3I Atlas has already demonstrated unusual behavior in its approach to our solar system, particularly in its trajectory and its outgassing. Most comets follow predictable paths, influenced by the sun's gravitational pull and the release of gases as they heat up. But 3I Atlas's highly controlled outgassing, released in bursts rather than a steady flow, suggests that the object might be using a form of propulsion, possibly one that's completely unknown to us. If this is the case, it could indicate the existence of advanced propulsion technologies capable of navigating vast distances through space. Currently, our space propulsion systems rely primarily on chemical rockets or ion drives, both of which have limitations when it comes to long-duration travel or interstellar exploration. Could 3I Atlas's propulsion method offer insights into more efficient ways to travel across the cosmos, potentially leading to technologies that could make long-distance space travel not just a dream, but a practical reality? The idea that 3I Atlas could be a source of technological inspiration doesn't stop at propulsion. The object's unusual composition is another area of keen interest. The high concentrations of rare metals like nickel found within its body have raised questions about its origins. These metals are typically found in more terrestrial environments, such as the cores of planets or large asteroids, and their presence in 3I Atlas challenges what we know about the composition of interstellar objects. If 3I Atlas was designed, or if its materials were engineered for a specific purpose, it could offer valuable lessons in materials science. The object might be constructed from alloys or substances that we are not yet capable of synthesizing, or it could feature materials that exhibit properties we've only just begun to understand. The study of these materials could have far-reaching implications, from creating lighter, more durable spacecraft to designing better energy storage systems or advanced electronics that could work in the harshest environments. 3I Atlas's potential as a technological treasure trove is amplified by the notion that its creators, if it is indeed a crafted object, might possess knowledge far beyond our own. Could it contain designs or engineering principles that humanity has yet to discover? If the object is a probe or a tool sent with a specific mission in mind, it's possible that it could reveal technologies that have been perfected over millennia, technologies that we can only begin to imagine. Just as the discovery of ancient artifacts on Earth can sometimes reveal sophisticated tools or techniques long lost to time, 3I Atlas could serve as a kind of interstellar artifact, containing knowledge that could leapfrog human understanding in fields such as quantum mechanics, energy manipulation, or even artificial intelligence. The idea that 3I Atlas could contain data or information about its creators also raises the possibility of a breakthrough in communication technologies. If the object is a message from an advanced civilization, the way it transmits information, whether through its chemical composition, its emissions, or its trajectory, could hold the key to methods of long-range communication across space. Current methods of interstellar communication, such as radio waves, are limited in speed and range. But what if 3I Atlas employs a form of communication that we haven't yet discovered, one that could revolutionize how we send and receive messages across vast distances? Could it be using a form of electromagnetic transmission, encoded in its unusual emissions, that could offer insights into faster and more efficient communication systems for interstellar exploration? As the object's closest approach to Earth draws nearer, the possibilities for technological advancements are boundless. If 3i Atlas is indeed an interstellar artifact designed with advanced technologies, it could unlock doors to new realms of human achievement. The research that is already underway to understand its propulsion system, materials, and possible communication methods could result in groundbreaking discoveries that impact everything from space exploration to everyday technology. The very act of studying this object has the potential to reshape how we view our place in the universe and how we interact with the cosmos. In the end, 3i Atlas represents more than just a mysterious visitor from the stars. It could be the beginning of a new era in technological development. Whether it's providing clues to faster space travel, new materials, or even contact with extraterrestrial intelligence, the object offers the tantalizing possibility of advancing human knowledge in ways we never thought possible. As scientists continue to analyze every detail of 3i Atlas, one thing is certain. This interstellar visitor is not just a curiosity. It is a potential catalyst for breakthroughs that could change the course of human history. As 3 Atlas continues its dramatic approach to Earth, one of the most intriguing questions now facing astronomers and space agencies is whether this object is the first of many interstellar visitors we are likely to encounter. The peculiarities of 3i Atlas, its precision, its trajectory, its strange behavior, and the possible presence of advanced technology within it, have led some researchers to speculate that this interstellar object may not be a solitary anomaly at all. Could it be that 3i Atlas was deliberately directed towards our solar system, and that it is part of a larger fleet of interstellar visitors sent with a purpose that we are only beginning to understand? This question is not just one of curiosity. It could mark the beginning of a new era of space exploration, one in which humanity is no longer confined to our solar system, but is instead encountering objects, signals, and perhaps even civilizations from beyond the stars. Historically, the idea of interstellar objects entering our solar system has been a fringe theory, one often relegated to the realms of science fiction. The discovery of Oumuamua in 2017 was the first tangible piece of evidence that objects from beyond our solar system could reach us. But even then, its unusual characteristics raised more questions than answers. The fact that it was a solitary, one-time visitor suggested that interstellar objects might be rare, fleeting phenomena. Yet 3i Atlas has changed that narrative. Its unexpected arrival, paired with its strange and controlled behavior, has made many reconsider the likelihood that we will encounter more such objects in the future. The precision of 3i Atlas's trajectory is particularly striking. Unlike most comets or asteroids, which typically follow erratic, unpredictable paths through space, 3i Atlas's trajectory seems to have been intentionally directed toward our solar system. Its approach is aligned closely with the ecliptic plane, the flat plane that the planets of our solar system orbit, which is a rare and statistically improbable alignment. Such an organized and deliberate path raises the possibility that 3i Atlas is not a random visitor, but rather a targeted object. If it was indeed sent in our direction, could it be part of a larger mission? Some theorists now suggest that 3i Atlas might not be alone, but part of a series of interstellar probes or artifacts that are designed to study our solar system, or even to establish contact with Earth. The idea that 3i Atlas could be part of a larger fleet of objects, deliberately sent toward our planet, is a tantalizing one, and it could mark the beginning of a new era of interstellar exploration. This theory of a larger fleet raises even more questions about the intentions behind these objects. If 3i Atlas is part of a broader mission, what might its purpose be? Some speculate that these objects could be designed to observe, gather data, or even communicate with humanity in ways that we have not yet fully understood. Could it be that 3i Atlas is the first in a series of interstellar artifacts sent to make contact, either directly or indirectly, with our planet? If this is the case, then we could be on the verge of discovering not just new objects from the stars, but the possibility of intelligent life beyond Earth. As the technology to study interstellar objects advances, the chances of encountering more such visitors increase. The discovery of 3 Atlas paired with other interstellar objects like 2i Borisov suggests that the space between the stars is not as empty as we once thought. interstellar objects might be far more common than previously realized, and with the development of more advanced telescopes, space probes, and observation techniques, humanity is poised to detect more of them. In the coming years, we could very well encounter more objects from beyond our solar system, each offering new mysteries and opportunities for discovery. Furthermore, the growing interest in interstellar phenomena from both governmental and private space agencies suggests that humanity is ready to engage with objects from the stars. Companies like SpaceX, which are focused on the future of space exploration and colonization, are investing in the technologies that could one day allow us to explore these objects up close. Missions to the outer reaches of the solar system, and eventually to interstellar space, are becoming more feasible as propulsion technologies improve and space travel becomes more accessible. If 3i Atlas is truly the first of many interstellar visitors, humanity could be on the cusp of a new era of exploration, one that takes us beyond our solar system and into the wider galaxy. While the idea that 3i Atlas is part of a larger fleet or deliberate mission remains speculative, it is a theory that is gaining traction as new data continues to come in. The object's unusual behavior and its apparent precision suggest that there is more to it than meets the eye. If this is indeed the case, the implications for humanity are profound. Not only would it mean that we are not alone in the universe, but it could mark the beginning of a new chapter in our understanding of space, technology, and the potential for life beyond Earth. The next few years will likely reveal whether 3i Atlas is truly the first of many, or whether it will remain an isolated anomaly. But one thing is certain. This interstellar visitor has opened the door to a future filled with unprecedented discoveries, and humanity is just beginning to explore what lies beyond the stars. As October 29th approaches, the world's attention is fixed on the final moments before 3i Atlas makes its closest pass by Mars, a moment that could prove pivotal in our understanding of this mysterious object. The flyby of Mars represents not only the object's closest approach to any planet in our solar system, but also the last chance to study it in full detail before it disappears behind the Sun, effectively cutting off direct observation for months, if not years. This critical window of time has created a sense of urgency among astronomers, space agencies, and private companies, all vying to capture as much data as possible before the object slips out of reach. As we approach this transformative moment, the question on everyone's mind is, will 3 Atlas reveal the answers we've been searching for, or will it pass by, leaving us with even more questions than we started with? For months, 3 Atlas has captivated the scientific community, with its unusual trajectory, strange outgassing, and potential for harboring advanced technologies. Every new discovery has added layers to the mystery, but we have yet to unlock the full truth behind its origins, its purpose, and the reasons for its strange behavior. As the object nears Mars, the excitement and tension are palpable. The red planet, with its close proximity to Earth and its position in the solar system, has become the perfect vantage point for capturing high-resolution images and gathering critical data about 3i Atlas. With Mars's orbit aligning perfectly for a close pass, this moment may be our best, and possibly only, chance to observe the object in detail before it moves beyond our observational reach. The implications of this flyby are vast. If 3i Atlas is indeed a probe or artifact sent with a specific mission in mind, this pass by Mars could provide the most direct evidence yet of its true nature. Observations from Mars-based telescopes, along with instruments on orbiting spacecraft, will be able to capture data about the object's composition, its behavior, and perhaps even clues about its propulsion system or communication methods. For scientists, this is the critical moment to answer some of the most pressing questions. Is 3i Atlas truly a natural object, or is it something more? A product of intelligent design, a piece of advanced technology, or even a message from another civilization? But there is an undeniable sense of uncertainty that surrounds the event. Despite the best efforts of astronomers, the object's unusual behavior has been difficult to fully interpret. Its strange bursts of outgassing and the green glow emanating from it have defied typical explanations, leading some to speculate that we may be looking at a piece of technology designed to manipulate its trajectory or transmit signals. Others argue that it could be a cosmic anomaly, a unique natural phenomenon that we simply do not yet understand. If 3I Atlas is indeed an alien artifact or probe, the flyby of Mars could be the moment when humanity first makes direct contact with something beyond our solar system. But if it is a natural object, we may be left grappling with more questions than answers. As 3I Atlas reaches its closest point to Mars, the global scientific community will be watching closely, hoping for a breakthrough that could shed light on its true purpose. Will Mars's position allow for an unprecedented opportunity to study the object, or will the timing of the flyby make it difficult to collect the detailed data needed? Once the object moves behind the Sun, direct observation will become nearly impossible for an extended period, and all the instruments focused on it will be left in the dark. This temporary loss of visibility only heightens the anticipation, as this flyby represents a fleeting opportunity to make significant discoveries before 3I Atlas moves out of range. The timing of this event also adds a layer of tension. With humanity's ambitions for Mars-related missions ramping up, including plans for manned missions and the establishment of permanent colonies, understanding anything that might affect the Martian environment is crucial. If 3I Atlas is in any way connected to a larger cosmic phenomenon, such as preparing Mars for future human habitation, or even altering its atmosphere, it could have profound implications for the future of space exploration. However, if the object passes by without revealing anything new or meaningful, it would leave the world with even more pressing questions. Could it be part of a larger plan, or simply a cosmic coincidence? And what is its connection, if any, to our future in space? As the final countdown to the flyby begins, the world braces for what could be the most important moment in space exploration. Will this be the transformative event that answers some of the biggest questions of our time, or will it simply pass by as another mystery, leaving humanity to wonder what we might have missed? Whether we find the answers we seek or are left with even more questions, one thing is certain. 3I Atlas has already changed the course of space exploration, and the impact of its brief visit will continue to resonate long after it has passed beyond our reach. The passage of 3I Atlas through our solar system will undoubtedly leave an indelible mark on both the scientific community and the public imagination. This encounter with an interstellar object, unlike anything we've observed before, has already stirred the curiosity of astronomers, space agencies, and enthusiasts around the world. Whether 3I Atlas turns out to be a natural anomaly or a sophisticated piece of technology, this event will push the boundaries of our knowledge, opening up new possibilities for space exploration and forcing humanity to reconsider its place in the cosmos. As the object continues its approach, we are standing on the precipice of an unprecedented discovery, and the lessons we learn from this encounter will shape the future of space exploration for years to come. One of the most immediate impacts of the 3I Atlas encounter will be its contribution to our understanding of interstellar objects. Before the arrival of 3I Atlas, interstellar objects were nothing more than theoretical curiosities, while Oumuamua, the first confirmed interstellar visitor, raised questions about the possibility of objects from outside our solar system. Its strange shape and behaviour left more mysteries than answers. 3I Atlas, however, presents an entirely different set of anomalies: unpredictable outgassing, a green glow, and a trajectory that suggests it may not be a random visitor at all. As scientists work to analyse the object's composition, behaviour, and trajectory, they will undoubtedly uncover new insights into how interstellar objects behave and what they can tell us about the nature of the universe. Even if 3I Atlas is simply a strange but natural phenomenon, its study will significantly advance our understanding of objects from outside our solar system, laying the groundwork for future encounters. But perhaps the most profound legacy of 3I Atlas's passage will be the way it forces us to rethink space exploration and the technology we use to study the cosmos. The object's strange behaviour and its potential for containing advanced technology have sparked widespread speculation about what it could teach us. If 3I Atlas is indeed a probe or artifact from an advanced civilization, it could provide humanity with the first tangible evidence of extraterrestrial intelligence, an encounter that would revolutionize our understanding of the universe. Whether it is a piece of alien technology or simply a naturally occurring object with unusual properties, the knowledge we gain from studying 3I Atlas could drive breakthroughs in areas like propulsion, materials science, and even energy systems. The very possibility that this object might contain technologies far beyond our current capabilities has the potential to spark a new era of innovation, inspiring a wave of technological advancements in space travel, energy production, and communication. Equally transformative will be the impact this encounter has on our broader perspective of space and our place in the universe. For centuries, humanity has looked to the stars with wonder and curiosity, but we have never had such a close, tangible encounter with something from beyond our solar system. If 3C Atlas is indeed a probe or artifact sent by an advanced civilization, it will challenge our assumptions about what is possible in the cosmos. The idea that we might not be alone, that there are others out there, perhaps far more advanced than ourselves, has profound philosophical and existential implications. If 3 Atlas is the first in a series of interstellar visitors, it could signal the beginning of a new chapter in humanity's relationship with the universe, one in which we are no longer passive observers but active participants in a larger interconnected cosmos. The encounter with 3I Atlas also has the potential to unite humanity in ways that previous space missions never have. As our world becomes increasingly interconnected, the discovery of an object from another star system will serve as a reminder that we are part of something much larger than ourselves. The pursuit of knowledge, the desire to explore the unknown, and the drive to understand our place in the universe are universal values that transcend national borders, political divides, and cultural differences. The legacy of 3I Atlas could inspire future generations to continue pushing the boundaries of space, exploration, and to work together to uncover the mysteries of the cosmos. Of course, there is still much we don't know about 3I Atlas, and the answers it holds may be far more complex than we can imagine. As the object continues to approach, scientists will continue to study it in unprecedented detail, hoping to unravel its mysteries. The information we glean from this encounter will be analysed, dissected, and debated for years to come. But one thing is certain. 3C Atlas will leave an undeniable legacy in both the scientific community and the public's imagination. Whether it turns out to be a natural object or something far more sophisticated, this encounter will forever alter our understanding of the universe and our place within it. It will challenge our ideas of space, technology, and the possibility of life beyond Earth, and it will propel humanity into a new era of exploration and discovery. That's all for today's deep dive into 3 Atlas. What's your take? Are we on the brink of an interstellar breakthrough or headed for a huge mystery? Let us know in the comments and subscribe for more as we continue to track its journey.